Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. So today we will be doing the Leetcode question 1, which is choose sum. Since this is a very critical question and has been asked in a lot of interviews before, so it would be nice if you know its solution beforehand. Here we have tried our best to explain its solution in detail and we hope that you like our video. So now coming back to a question, we are given an array of integers nums and an integer target. We need to return the indices of the two numbers such that they add up to target. Here we have to assume that each input would have exactly one solution and we cannot use the same element twice. As you can see in this example 1 here, we are given a list of integers nums and target value 9 such that two elements add up to give this target value. As can be seen from this explanation, nums 0, which is 2, and nums 1, which is 7, they both add up to give the value 9, and hence we need to return the list containing the indices of the two elements. Since the order doesn't matter here, so the list can have the values 0, 1 or 1, 0, it doesn't matter. For this question, we will be using hash map or hash table, which is a data structure that is used to store and retrieve key value pairs. In Python, we can implement hash map or hash table using dictionaries. So dictionaries are built-in functions in Python, built-in data structures in Python that map key to their corresponding value with the help of the hash function. Since dictionaries provide fast lookup and insertion, they are preferred in Python for implementing hash map. So there are two ways in which we can do this question. The first method is using two iterations and the second method is using one iteration. So let's understand the first method in detail here. So we will run the first iteration on nums and create a dictionary called hash map where the elements of list nums are stored as keys and their indices as values in hash map. In the second iteration, which we will again run on nums, we will find the complement of each element in nums. So this complement is given by target minus nums I. So if the complement exists in hash map, then we return the list containing the index of the element and the index of the complement. So the index of the complement we can get from hash map where the index value is stored as the value for the corresponding key, which is represented by this complement here in hash map. And one more thing to note here is that, which is very important, that is the index of the complement should not be equal to the index of the element. If this condition is not satisfied, then our output result would be false. So now I'll explain this with the help of two examples. So in our first example, we are given a list of integers nums and the target value is 6. So in our first iteration that we will run on the list of integers nums, we will create this dictionary hash map and store each element in nums as key with index as its value. So this is our hash map which is created where 3 to 4 are the elements of the list nums, which are the keys, and their indices 0, 1, 2 are the values for these corresponding keys. Then in second iteration, which we will again run on nums, we will check for each element whether its complement exists or not. So for nums 0, which is 3, it has index 0. Its complement would be 6 minus 3, where 6 is the target and 3 is nums 0, which is again 3. Since in hash map, we have 3 at index 0, so this will fail as our condition, this one here, is not satisfied, which is both the elements have the same indices. So now our loop will move to next element, which is nums 1. The element is 2. It has index 1. Its complement is given by 6 minus 2 equals to 4. It has index. Its index in hash map is given as 2. So since both the elements have different indices, so our condition here is satisfied and this will be successful, and our algorithm will return the list containing the index of the element and the index of the complement, which would be 1 and 2. So this index here and this index here. So now in our next example, we have again a list of integers nums and target value is 6. So in our first iteration on nums, we will create our dictionary hash map where we will store both the elements as keys with their indices as values. So this will create this hash map, this dictionary here, which is the element 3 of nums has value 1. This is because nums has the element with the same value on both the indices. So since hash map doesn't support duplicate keys, so for the same key, which is element 3 here, the index 0 will be overwritten with the index 1. Then in second iteration that we will run on nums again. So for nums 0, so for our first element in the list nums, which is 3, it has index 0. Its complement is again 6 minus 3, which is 3. And it will have the index, which we can check from hash map. It is 1. So since both the indices are different, so it will be this will be successful, and the algorithm will return the list containing both the indices, which are 0 and 1. So now we will implement this algorithm. So here, just a second, let me comment this out. So here we have initialized our dictionary hash map with default value int, and then we run our first for loop on nums, where we will store each element in nums in hash map nums I, and Also, the indices of the elements of nums are stored as values to the corresponding keys in hash map. So we can print our hash map now. So as you can see here, this has created our dictionary hash map with these values. Then we will again start a for loop on nums where we will find the complement of each element, which is given by target minus nums I. And if this complement exists in hash map, and also the other condition where the index of the complement is not equal to the index of the element. If both of these conditions are satisfied, then we return the list containing the index of the element, which is I, and the index of the complement, which is given by this here, hash map complement. So let's see if our code works. So yes, this is working, as you can see here. So it is generating the same output as has been expected in the answer. So this is one method of doing this question. Then there is another method where we will be using just one iteration. So we have already initialized our dictionary hash map. So we will start our iteration on nums. Len nums, where we will find the complement for each element in nums. And then if this complement exists in hash map, then return both the indices as explained in the previous method, and also add the current element nums I to the hash map with its index as the value. So this is the implementation for the second method. So how this is exactly, first let's check if this is working. So this is also working. So what is exactly happening here is, um, just a second. So for our example 2, which I have explained before, and oh yeah. So again, in example 2, where we have this list of integers and target value is 6. So when we start our for loop on nums, then for first element in nums, which is 3 and has index 0, its complement would be 6 minus 3, which is 3. Then it will look for this complement in hash map, but currently our hash map is empty. It doesn't have any value in it. So after coming out of this if condition, our dictionary will be updated with the current element, which is 3, with the current element, this one, num03. So it will store 3 as the key with 0 as its index. Then again it will start for the second element, which is nums1, which has value 2 and index 1. So its complement would be 6 minus 2, which is 4. But since the complement doesn't exist in hash map, so it will come out of if condition here and will add the current element nums1 in hash map. So our hash map now will become this 2 with index 1. Then it will go to the next element, which is nums2 equals to 4 with index 2. Its complement would be 6 minus 4, which is 2. And since the complement already exists in hash map, so this will be a success and it will return the list of indices of both the elements, which is 2 and index 1. Similarly, for other example, which we did before, so we have this list of integers nums and target value is 6. So first of all, for nums0, which is 3 at index, its complement is 6 minus 3, which is again 3. And since currently our hash map is empty, so it will add this. So it will add our current element to the hash map. So so after coming out of the if condition, it will fill the dictionary hash map with the current element, which is element 3 at index 0. Then it will go to the next element, which is nums1, which has value 3 and has index 6. So its complement, sorry, its index will be 1. Its complement is 6 minus 3, which is 3. And since this complement already exists in hash map at index 0, and this is successful. So this is successful and will return both the indices, that is index 0 and index 1. So yeah, we are done with our implementation. Here I have explained both the methods where we can use either 2 iterations or 1 iteration. So I hope you like our video and you were able to understand everything that we taught here. Thank you so much for your time and effort. Hope to see you soon in next video. Thank you.